I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, November the 25th, 2015. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry returned to the United States today after his Mideast trip. Kerry met yesterday with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah, where, according to the Times of Israel, Kerry said he was concerned about the Palestinians' quote, very dire situation, but also about the recent violence. Kerry said, "I am here at the request of President Obama to see what we can do to try to help contribute to calm and to restore people's confidence in the ability of a two-state solution to still be viable, to be achieved at some point." Earlier yesterday, Kerry had met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who told Kerry, quote, "There can be no peace when we have an onslaught of terror." Kerry condemned the terror and said that Israel has a right and obligation to defend itself. Upon his return to the U.S. today, Kerry warned about the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians, telling reporters in Boston, "As you know, we're very concerned about the violence and the potential for the situation to spin out of control." Kerry said, "I think we may be reaching a pivotal point now where both sides have important decisions to make for the future, and we obviously hope that they make choices that will advance the prospects for lasting peace." A 20-year-old IDF soldier was seriously wounded today in a stabbing attack at a security checkpoint at the Al-Fawar Junction southwest of Hebron in the West Bank. The soldier was evacuated by Magen David Adom paramedics to Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center in Jerusalem. The Palestinian who attacked the soldier was shot and wounded by other soldiers in the area. He was taken to a Jerusalem hospital for treatment, where he later died of his injuries. The Palestinian Ma'an news agency identified the terrorist as 19-year-old Muhammad Ismail Shubaki, a resident of the Al-Fawar refugee camp. German media reports that it was Israeli intelligence that led to the thwarting of a terror attack in Germany. According to the Stern news site, German security authorities received serious warnings about a terror threat just before a soccer game that was set for November the 17th between Germany and the Netherlands, which led them to call off the match. Stern reported that Israeli intel provided crucial information to Germany, including details of times and targets. Controversial French comedian Dieudonné Mabala was sentenced today by a Belgian court to 2 months in jail for incitement to hatred and hate speech regarding racist and anti-Semitic comments he was said to have made during a performance he gave in Belgium. Mabala was also fined $9,500. The Prime Minister of Greece is in Israel this week. Alexis Tsipras met today with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in Jerusalem. He was set to meet with opposition leader Isaac Herzog and Meretz party leader Zahava Gal'on later this afternoon. And Israel signed a free trade agreement with Panama this past weekend. Panama's Minister of Trade and Industries, Meliton Aroca, said the agreement was Panama's first with a Middle Eastern partner. It was signed in Panama City, noting several negotiated deals, including access to markets, customs, services, and investments, and conflict resolution. The negotiations with Panama are said to be part of efforts by Israel to expand its exports to new markets and strengthen relations with Latin American countries. The King of Morocco was honored last week for his effort to preserve Jewish burial places in the country. JNS.org reports that interfaith leaders gathered at the New York Museum of Modern Art to honor King Mohammed VI for his work rehabilitating the Jewish cemeteries of Morocco. The event was led by the Council of Jewish Communities of Morocco in cooperation with religious leaders and with the Conference of Presidents of major American Jewish organizations. Attendees at the event included Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, Archbishop Demetrios of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America, President of the Appeal of Conscience Foundation, Rabbi Arthur Schneier, and President of the Islamic Society of North America, Imam Mohammed Hamagid. The king, speaking through Ambassador Serge Berdugo, called the Jewish legacy, quote, an intrinsic part of our country's heritage for more than 3,000 years. He said, as is enshrined in the kingdom's new constitution, the Hebrew heritage is indeed one of the time-honored components of our national identity. The Presidential Medal of Freedom was presented last night at a ceremony at the White House, where President Barack Obama bestowed the nation's highest civilian honor to 17 individuals in recognition of their accomplishments in public service, entertainment, and sports. Among them, Jewish artists, singer and actress Barbra Streisand, composer Stephen Sondheim, filmmaker Steven Spielberg, and renowned violinist Yitzhak Perlman. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight, Wednesday, November the 25th. From 7 to 9, more of JBS's coverage of the Jewish Federations of North America's General Assembly from Washington, featuring remarks from Jewish Agency Chair Natan Sharansky. Then at 9, Dr. Jeffrey Gurak, professor of American Jewish History at Yeshiva University, talks about aspects of the Jewish experience in America. And at 10 o'clock, a discussion of President George Washington's 1790 letter to the Jews of Rhode Island, affirming the principle of religious tolerance. That's with Dr. Jonathan Sarna, Rabbi Meir Soloveitchik, and Dr. Louise Mirror at Congregation Sharith Israel in New York City. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, November the 25th, 2015. I will be back with the news update on Monday, November the 30th. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving.